Did you hear that little badass recording right there? That was taken by our dear Donald Webster Bond. He was, in fact, my second great uncle. He was the pianist in that song. So today I've gathered clippings and photos that I just really love to share his life with all of you. For his whole life, he went by D. Webster Bond. I have no idea why. Probably because Webster sounded a lot better. On February 20th, 1908, on Oak Street in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, a boy was born to Charles George Bond and Emma Krebs Bond. They named him Donald Webster Bond. Just 5 months later, tragedy struck when his father passed away, leaving Emma to raise Webster and his 6 siblings, Oliver, Ellen, Abel, Charles, Minor, Henry, and himself, all alone. For a few years, they lived with his grandfather, Oliver Bond, but after he died in 1915 and his mother became sick, although she died 22 years later, she was sick for a very long time, and I think it was around then when he finally got some kind of inspiration to be more of the caring, He wanted to take on a role, especially because he was the youngest. He wanted to do something with his life, so I guess that's why. When he grew up on Oak Street, his family faced a lot of hardship, but he also shared the closeness and resilience that comes from sticking together. Now, to the family, I don't know who taught Webster piano, but I guess at the age of 7, he began taking piano lessons, and by the age of 8, he was already studying harmony and composition when he laid the foundation for a dedicated life of music. In 1926, Webster graduated from Copeland High School, same school as my dad, and he had been enrolled in a commercial course meant to prepare him for business, which he did not do. His only business was playing at bars, I guess, but his true passion was the piano. He had accompanist for both junior and senior choruses, and even as a teenager, his proficiency earned him a respected place among his peers. Now, I must mention, Donald Webster was mentioned in the newspaper just a couple of times, especially for when he got honors in his high school class. Now, after high school, Webster's career began to take a little bit of shape. His talent led him to perform with Phil Napoleon Orchestra, touring up and down the East Coast, into Canada, and across the Vaudeville circuit. He later played with Whitney Kaufman, turning down an offer from Henry Bussey to return home, a decision that he spoke his strong ties to family and community. When he lived in Canada for a while, I guess that's where he also met his wife Hilda on vacation. But by the 1930s, Webster had firmly established himself in the Wilkes-Barre music scene. He had arranged for charitable performances, the annual Milk Fund benefit, and guided young performers with the same passion that he had when he was just a 7-year-old boy who brought them to the stage. His work wasn't just about music. He decided to give back to his community because he wanted everybody else around him to be respectful and talented just like him. Finally, on December 22nd, 1830, Webster married Hilda. The couple would later welcome one child just 10 years later. Kind of pause. Named Donna Sue. Family milestones often had a place in Webster's heart, including weddings, like his niece's wedding in 1952, where his music became a part of the cherished memories, I must say. In the early 1950s, DeWitt Webster moved to Florida with his wife, initially booked for just a 2-year engagement on the Tropical Acres restaurant. His dinner music quickly became a favorite of the patrons. His booking turned into an incredible 11-year run, whether in the intimate restaurants or lively community gatherings. His music was very good, and it set the mood. He was described in a newspaper clipping from 1964 as a real fine gentleman with very good delicacy. Now, outside of supper clubs, Webster continued to share his gift. He prayed for churches and plantations in Florida and remained an active member of the American Foundation of Musicians, which I think that his life was a testament to his music, his family, his teachings, and him wanting to give back to the community, because that's honestly what I see him wanting to do. Of course, like all things with life, there comes death. He's dead. Spoiler alert. But on September 26, 1969, at the age of 61, Webster passed away from a heart attack, he left behind his daughter, his brother Henry, and his sister Ellen. A legacy that probably resonates in the memories of all those people who probably heard him play, which honestly, can't lie, that's what matters the most. He was once a young boy who lived at 122 Oak Street, and now he was a musician with a career that spanned decades. He had a lot of resilience, a lot of passion, and a lot of love, especially for his music. It's a guy that I can really look up to. Quite a contrast, really. But I honestly don't think that it could have been any better, at least for Webster or anybody else, really. That's about all you're gonna get out of me. I just wanted to do this little story time right here. I really thought that it would be good, you know? So I thank you for watching this video, and hopefully you go check out everything else that I created on this dumb channel. Alright, well, I guess this is goodbye for now, and I'll see ya when I see ya. Let's mention that Webster has had a place in the heart of a lot of people. Who knows?